Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining today's Acu-Quality webinar session. My name is Kevin Devecioglu. I'm the Managing Director of Bimser International. Today, we'll talk about how you can comply with ISO 9001 digitally with the help of QDMS software and Acumatica ERP system integrated together. For your information, Bimser International is an ISO 9001 certified company. We practice ISO 9001 on daily basis digitally by using QDMS, and we have hundreds of users on our software ourselves. So we are very experienced in practicing ISO 9001 on daily basis. Let me introduce you my colleagues. Today I have with me Alex Kvartirov from AmRus Consulting company. Alex will be talking about fundamentals of ISO 9001 because he's a certified lead ISO auditor. So we have a lot of things to learn from him. So we are looking forward to hearing from him. I have my colleagues also, Sam Watt and Furkan Bat. Sam is our pre-sales software engineer from our engineering team, and he'll be talking about how you can enjoy the benefits of QDMS software integrated with Acumatica ERP. And we'll have a Q&A session, and we'll address your questions at the end of our executive webinar session. This webinar is our 21st series of Acu-Quality webinar series, and every other Monday we meet and we perform Quality Mondays. Today we'll talk about ISO 9001 compliance digitally in coming weeks. We'll be talking about other quality management related subjects. For your information, QDMS is an Acumatica certified solution. It is certified by Acumatica. It is integrated to Acumatica ERP system, and both systems run very well together in many different projects. I like to start by a live executive, demo session of our executive webinar series. So we typically start with certain set of presentations, but we like to make a change today, and we like to jump directly into the demo environment. Today, my colleague Sam will be presenting you, showing you, and telling you about control document management module of QDMS, corrective action module of QDMS, risk management module of QDMS, and reports and dashboards will be also presented to you. Of course, for ISO 9001 compliance, there are many other compliance requirements. We'll just show you a part of it digitally on QDMS system. Some brief information about QDMS. QDMS is a quality, risk, audit, performance, and compliance management software. We've been developing QDMS since 1998. It's a proprietary software system. And there are more than 1,000 corporate customers of QDMS. There are more than 1 million professional users of QDMS using QDMS on daily basis for various compliance purposes. ISO 9001 is one of them, actually majority of them. And there are many reputable corporations, brands, organizations are using QDMS for quality and compliance purposes. Some of the references that we have for QDMS I have already listed on this slide. So having said that, I'd like to invite my colleague Sam Watt to our virtual stage, and Sam will be performing a demonstration with QDMS software integrated with Acumatica ERP. Sam, why don't you take over the screen and show us how QDMS works with Acumatica together in an integrated way.
Sure. Thank you, Kevin, for your presentation. And this is Sam of Bimser International. Thank you for joining today's webinar. And I'm going to demonstrate you QDMS, our quality risk audit performance and compliance management system. As Kevin mentioned, QDMS integrate with Acumatica ERP so that they can work together on the same screen of your web browser. Moreover, the information that you hold in Acumatica as a master data, like the customer information, the your product, stock item, vendor, and also employee information will be they are pulled from Acumatica ERP to our system QDMS, so that they can have a seamless integration between these two systems. And once you connect to Acumatica, so still you can get to the workspaces from the left, and also you can open and connect to our system on your right of your web browser. So this is the home screen after you connect to QDMS. First of all, you will see the home page, like you can find all the pending tasks and also the request for approval on this home screen. And in terms of the notification, you will find the notice in your home screen of your of QDMS, and also you will receive a notification in your email inbox. So this is a two-way notification that makes sure you will not miss any important task by using our system for complying with any regulations and standards. For example, ISO standards. And QDMS is a permission-based system. That means you will see what you are supposed to do based on the permission settings to your own account. So different users will have different permission settings based on their role, position, profession, department, and also the group. As I'm now logging in as the admin so that I have the full control of the system, and I can get a quick connection and start proceeding with those requests shown on my home screen. And on the top left, this is the main menu of QDMS. And thanks to the modular structure of QDMS, you can pick and choose the module that you want to have and deploy on your server. Your server can be a cloud server or on-premise server. So once we deploy QDMS and the modules that you want to have, then you can find those modules that are available in your main menu. And today we will get into the control document management module. And by using this module, you can upload your document like your SOPs, specifications, procedures, policies, or training materials within the built-in browser of our system. Furthermore, you can manage the update of your document and your folder structure as well. And in this module, you don't need any other software or application to read the documents that you have uploaded. And instead, those will be shown in the built-in browser of our system. QDMS supports different document formats that you can open within our system, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, image, video, audio, and so on. So those can be opened in the built-in browser. So just like you reading your document from your laptop or desktop, you can zoom in and zoom out regarding the content of your document, and then you can start reading it with additional information that you have recorded in this module. For example, this is the document that we have uploaded to this demo environment so that I can read our document, and additional information like the information about the creator, the creation date, and who is the owner of this document. Those can be found in this under this page. All the version of your document will be recorded in our system, and with the permission, you're more than welcome to get back to the previous version of your document. While you're uploading and updating your document, you can manage this permission matrix to the users and user groups. The action like reading, printing, revising, getting back to the previous version, or deleting the document can be limited to the users and user groups. To those who in this version list, they will receive a notification once this document is uploaded or updated, so that they will receive a notification regarding the uploading or updating of your document, for example, your policies, so that they can be kept to be up to date in terms of the documents that we have in QDMS. Again, while we are uploading or updating our document, we can also manage the approval process for our document or for our requests. So all the users in this approval page, they will be the responsible person to approve or reject the request for uploading or updating the document. And at last, all the actions that we have carried out in our system against this particular document will be saved in an archive. So you can find the username, the date, the time, and also the action type that we have carried out or that we have performed, like when the document is created, when this request is approved, and so on. Those will be recorded and to be shown in this page. So this is the control document management module. That's how the module helps you to manage your documents, and you can upload your documents, revise them, and the system will handle the versioning in terms of the version number of your document, and also you can read the document within our system. And then we can go to the corrective action module, as known as CAPA module. So once we find any non-conformity that happened in our company, we can create a corrective action record. And these are all the records that we have in our system. And first of all, before we get into our module, we can make use of the search bar provided on the top so that you can have an easy searching of all the records that you have saved in our system. And all your records will be shown as different status, like open, planned, result, follow-up, and so on. So the status is determined by the progress that you're handling this particular record. And now I'm going to open one of the existing records that we have. And anytime by using our system, you can open this report-like page. So seeing the ISO auditor, he or she come to your office and ask you, show me how to handle your non-conformity. And you don't even have to spend a second to find where I store my non-conformity or my corrective action record. And by using our system, you are ready for this audit anytime and anywhere. So we can pull up this report, this page and show the auditor, this is how we manage our non-conformity. We record it with the customer name and the source of this corrective action, and also those who open this record and the date and time. Furthermore, we can find the non-conformity description and also the category. If there's any attachment that we attach along with this record, we can also open it in this page. After that, the system will take us step by step. Like after we defining the non-conformity, then we can assign this record to a solution team. And this team has to carry out an investigation and define the root cause accordingly. After that, we can carry out and define our corrective action or preventive action in order to cope with this particular root cause that we have defined. Again, if we need any attachment to be attached to this record, you're more than welcome to do so. As I mentioned, our system allows you to upload different document formats, which is Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, image, video, and audio. And once your action, your corrective action is performed, then we can see if there's any follow-up action is needed. If so, then we can also define the follow-up action. For example, we want to make sure this non-conformity is not going to happen in incoming 3 months. So this is the one that we have defined, and then we can send this to a responsible person in order to keep tracking all the performance of our employees or to our department. this is the page that we can show in this module, but when we are adding a new record, we can add this directly from our module, which we can click the Add button. Then you will see all the information that you can enter in the page I showed previously. You can pick and choose the corrective action source from a drop-down list, and all the items that you can see right here, they are configurable, meaning based upon your actual operation of your company, then you can see different items in this drop-down list, and you can pick and choose the department, location, entering the non-conformity, description, and so on. And after that, you can assign this non-conformity or corrective action record to a responsible team. And on the top, you can see those pages which are not available now because the system will take you step by step. Once we assign the solution team and attach the document, then we can carry out our investigation or the first progress report, and then define the root cause, define the corrective action, follow-up action, and close the corrective action accordingly. So the system allows you to manage your corrective action recording in a structure so that you can have an organized and manageable corrective action management by using our system. And at last, we come to the risk assessment management module. And if you are complying with ISO standard, it is a must item for you to assessing your risk within your organization. And by using QDMS, you can create your risk assessment planning. For example, your health and safety risk assessment planning. And this is the goal that we want to achieve. And once we have the goal ready in our system, you can create different risk assessment items. As for the item, it's like the objectives that help you to achieve the goal. And what is our goal is the health and safety risk assessment. And as for our item, then we can create different risk assessment in terms of health and safety for different departments. All your items will be represented in different color on the left, as you can see in this list. If they're as green color, meaning the impact and the likelihood, like the impact is not critical to our company regarding this risk, and also it is not likely to happen in our company. If your record is represent as yellow, meaning your attention is required. Once your record has been shown as red, meaning the impact is critical to our company, and it is highly likely to happen in our company as well. So you have to put extra attention or any further action in order to deal with this risk. Furthermore, risk assessment is not a one-time job. You have to perform it continuously so that you can also find the trend if it is getting worse or getting better within our company. When you are managing your risk assessment by using our system, so you can find different items that you can record. For example, the definition, and more important is the version number of your risk assessment and the last update that you did. Moreover, you can find the source of your risk and also the impact to your company. You can manage the, you can pick and choose from a scale for your impact and also the likelihood by using our system. And the risk score and also the risk index will be calculated automatically by the system. You may ask, what if in our company we manage our risk in a scale of 10? Can we manage it? And my answer is yes. You can manage it in terms of all the fields that you can see on your screen, as those are configurable. So we will use the correct or the best terminology, or the terminology that you are currently using in your company, and also all the calculation based on your actual operation of your organization. And if there's any precaution action is needed, you're more than welcome to define it. For example, like the document that we need, or new document, new policies, new procedures, or new specifications, those can be defined as a precaution action, or if we need any corrective action, you're more than welcome to create a new one or select an existing record. The system will take you to the corrective action module automatically. In all the modules of QDMS, there is a reporting tool that allows you to create different reports. Like in the control document management module, you can create your report, for example, the document status report, and before generating it, you can put your condition, criteria, or rule to your report so that you can see what you want to see, and you can use the search bars provided on the top. You can enter part of your keyword and make changes to your list or to all the records that you have searched. You're more than welcome to export our report in QDMS into Excel or PDF file for sharing with any responsible parties. And in QDMS, you can also find your data, or you can have your data to be shown as a dashboard. So all your data will be shown in the widgets of your dashboard, and they will be in a form like a bar chart, a list, a pie chart, and so on. So you can make it like a PDF or Excel for sharing with any responsible party. And by using the dashboard provided in QDMS, it's helped you to keep tracking the performance and also KPIs of your company. It's come to the end of my demonstration of QDMS on a high level. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam, for show and tell. Much appreciated. So as we saw during Sam's demonstration, QDMS is fully integrated with Acumatica ERP system. We have a foundation integration, which we expanded whenever there's a need in a project, and those systems run smoothly. And Acumatica and QDMS software is very complementary to Acumatica ERP's quality, risk, audit, performance, and compliance management capabilities. So just so you know, we are only showing the QDMS part of QDMS actually. So due to limited time, we are just showing you certain parts of the QDMS software and its capabilities. So we are keeping our contact information on the screen. If you'd like to schedule special time with us, if you'd like to have a special demo session and discuss further, please send us an email and we can schedule a special meeting, demo meeting with you. Now, I'd like to invite my colleague, Alex Kvarterov, to our virtual stage. Alex is a certified lead ISO auditor, and he likes to show us and tell us about fundamentals of ISO 9001. Again, we'll keep it as high level as possible due to limited time that we have during this executive webinar session. If you have any questions about ISO 9001 compliance and would like to organize an event with us or Alex, please send us an email anytime you like. Alex, if you're ready, I'm gonna make you the presenter so that you can share your screen. Let's see if I can manage that. Make Alex presenter. Okay, now you are presenter, Alex. If you can just click share button.
Okay.
We'll be able to see you. Okay, we can see your screen now.
Oh,
so we just need your presentation.
Very good.
Okay. Let's make it full screen. Okay, beautiful.
All
right. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Excellent. All right. And thank you very much, Kevin, for inviting me to this webinar. And hello, everybody, and thank you for joining it. And I'll do a very, very top-level overview of ISO 9001, and certainly how I will emphasize how the tool that Sam talked about, QDMS tool, can be very, very helpful in managing all of the ISO related data. Okay, just very briefly before I start to talk about ISO, very briefly, I want to go over about my company, AmRus Consulting. Personally, I'm a certified ISO 9001 lead auditor, and I'm the sole proprietor of AmRus Consulting. I've established my company in 2015 after a lengthy career as a project manager in a large aerospace company, which is certified to the AS 9100 quality standard, which is the aerospace standard. So what I do right now, I provide consulting services for businesses to help them achieve and also maintain ISO certification. And back in August of 2018, I came across Kevin and Bimser International, and I was very, very impressed with the capabilities of their tools, and specifically QDMS. So we talked about how we can help each other, and I became a Bimser Solutions partner to help to market and integrate the QDMS tool into any organization that is ISO certified. And I do quite a number of webinars and lectures on various ISO topics. So let's briefly go over, because the central part of ISO is the quality management system, QMS. So I just wanted to very briefly describe what the QMS system is. So if you're ISO certified, then obviously you have to have a quality management system. But if you're not, it is very highly recommended that you have a quality management system, because obviously you want to deliver a product or service to your customer that is of the highest quality. So let's see what QMS consists of. Obviously, there are three major elements. It's the policies, and the policies are, what is the intent of the organization as far as quality. Okay, so obviously you have to meet your customer requirements, and also at least meet or exceed their expectations. And a very important part of ISO is to implement a continuous improvement process. Okay, so yes, even if you think that you have a nearly perfect organization, there's always room for improvement, and you have to look at what elements of your organization can be improved. So the next area is obviously the procedures, how to achieve quality management system, and it consists of controlling the non-conforming products, and obviously deals a lot with the corrective and preventive actions. And Sam talked quite a bit about the capabilities of the QDMS tool as far as dealing with corrective and preventive actions, and also control of documents and records. Okay, again, we'll talk some more about the importance of controlling documents and records. Internal audits, that is a requirement for ISO. You have to have internal audits at least on a yearly basis. And when you have your surveillance audit, which is done yearly by an organization, a certification organization, they definitely look at your internal audits, how you've conducted them, and the results of your internal audit. So they're a very important part of ISO. And then the responsibilities, okay? So now you're dealing with your organization, and then the roles and authorities, your personnel resources, and your internal communication. And obviously the quality policy has to be flowed all the way through the entire organization. So everybody has to be aware of what the quality policy is, and then everybody works toward it. Now, the diagram on the right-hand side is really an important part of ISO, is the continuous improvement process. And what really it is you continuously monitor both your internal products or services, and you do measurements, you analyze and to see if all of the requirements are met, and also you bringing in the data from the customer, because customer will probably have some complaints about the performance of the product. So those have to be also considered. And then the data now, and this is where you have to maintain the data, collect the data, you analyze the data, and you see, well, how I can make improvements. And then you look at, create a whole plan about managing the changes so that you can improve the quality and the performance of your product or service. Okay, let's look at the major elements of the quality management system. So the first thing is your processes and interactions. So that is a very important part of ISO, is that you have to define what your processes are, okay? And that obviously depends on the nature of your organization, but obviously you would have processes that can be specifically identified, and also the interaction, how the processes are integrated and interrelated. And sometimes it takes quite a bit of effort to identify the processes and their interactions, so they're more efficient in managing your whole processes. So once you plan your activities, now you got to schedule them and assign the personnel to make sure that they are properly implemented. Once you've done that, now you have to really have a process or a mechanism to monitor the progress, because you've established a schedule, so you have some deadlines to meet, and those could be internal deadlines as well as deadlines with the customer. But you have to monitor that, and you have to provide that visibility to management. Okay, so if you are running behind schedule, management should be informed so that management can take some action to maybe reassign responsibilities or priorities. So visibility of your whole quality management system is very important, so that management can see what's going on. And then risks are a very important part of ISO. In fact, it's a requirement of ISO with the latest version of the ISO 9001-2015 version. And as Sam did discuss, QDMS provides you a lot of capabilities of managing the risks. So that is a very important part of ISO. The next part is documents and control. And again, Sam did an excellent job in presenting the capabilities of QDMS. However, you have to keep in mind that how do you now store and control documents? Okay, now the storage method, so you can have either have hard copies or electronic storage, and actually hard copies are acceptable, and it is not a violation of ISO. However, you have quite a bit of limitations with hard copies, obviously, because they physically have to be stored in most likely a file cabinet. So that's not recommended, even though it is acceptable. It's not recommended, and electronic storage is obviously a much better way of handling your data or your documents. So now we're dealing with the electronic storage. You can have either a central database where you store them, or stored on distributed computers within the organization. Again, both are acceptable, but the central database has a lot of advantages, and certainly Sam discussed the capabilities of QDMS in handling your document, because configuration control of documents is a requirement of ISO, so that you have to have a traceability of all the changes. And yes, you can have everything maintained on paper, but you could lose the papers and you don't know where they are. Here, everything that you need to satisfy the ISO requirement is stored on QDMS and on its central database. So that's a very important part of it. The last item here is data or records, and that's really deals with a lot of the data that you collect that is used for continuous improvement. So most of it is data associated with corrective action, some problems that you're encountering. And obviously, once you've identified issues or problems, you have to perform a root cause analysis, and all of that information generates a lot of data, which is all maintained within QDMS. So that's a very powerful feature of the tool. And again, also, as Sam has mentioned, internal audit data collection is a very important part of the process, because it really helps you make improvements based on the data that you've collected. And again, as I mentioned before, when the auditor comes in to do your surveillance audit, they really look at what you've done internally, and have you identified by doing an internal audit problems that you've recognized, and then what have you done to correct those problems? Okay, I want to talk about how important it is to really have an effective quality management system, because we right now live in a kind of a different environment. So QMS is not an easy effort to manage and control, but now it has even become more difficult with COVID. And why is it so? Because, well, now a lot of people are working remotely. So now, even though you're working remotely, you still need to access all of the company QMS data. So now, if, we were talking before, if you file all that, a lot of the information as hard copies, it's in the file cabinet, so you can't really have access from your home. So now, virtual control of QDMS data or documents is really required to be able to effectively work from a remote location. Likewise, audits, if you're doing either internal audits or you're doing an audit by registrar, which is a certification body, you may not really want to have the people come into your facility because of the the COVID requirements. So you may want to do the audits remotely. But again, if you don't have access to all of the internal data, that really can't be done. And QDMS does give you the capability of doing virtual audits, which is a very, very powerful feature of the tool. So, yes, hopefully we all hope that COVID is going to go away, but we don't know when. And even if it does, I think that because now we've established a process of working remotely, so it looks like a remote workforce will likely continue in the future. And it is really found to be actually more, in many cases, more productive, because you are working in a nice environment at home. You don't have waste time commuting, and you can work anytime you like to, in the evening or early in the morning. And the organization in that manner has a access to a larger labor pool, because now they can have people working remotely that may not be necessarily full-time employees. So it gives them more flexibility in establishing the workforce. So obviously, as the takeaway here is that in order to accomplish that, you really need a very powerful software tool to be able to manage the QMS both on-site and remotely. And QDMS does offer that capability, and it is, like I've experienced myself, it's a very, very efficient and effective tool. So that really completes my my presentation. And again, thank you very much for your time. And I'm now turning this over to Kevin.
Alex, thank you very much for sharing your insights regarding fundamentals of ISO 9001 and how to manage a quality management system digitally or without digitally, right? So we learn a lot from you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Well, until now, we talked about QDMS, quality, risk, audit, performance, and compliance management software, which is an Acumatica certified application. And we also had a show and tell session with Sam as to how QDMS and Acumatica they are working together. And we hear from Alex regarding fundamentals of ISO 9001 and how to have a continuous improvement in place with regards to ISO 9001 compliance. Again, if you'd like to further talk about what we have been covering, if you'd like to have a meeting with us, please send us an email. You can see our contact information on the screen. Now I'd like to talk about Bimser International a little bit, and then I'll talk some more about QDMS, our quality management software, and I will address your questions. As Bimser International, we are based in New York, and we are an enterprise software maker since 1998. In a sense, we help companies simplify their business processes and help companies adopt digital transformation. We have global presence. We are a growing organization. We are a certified Acumatica ERP independent software vendor, ISV, as it is called. And we are also active in various other ERP ecosystems, as you see on the screen: Microsoft, SAP, MYOB, Sage, and many others. As I mentioned earlier, we actually practice what we preach. We are also ISO 9001 certified, so we have a quality management system in place, and we are running our own quality management system on QDMS software of ours. So we have more than 300 users using QDMS in our company, in parallel with our number of our employees. And even there is COVID-19, our ISO 9001 system, our quality management system, is running digitally with no stoppage or with no disruption. Since 1998, we developed these four products: EBA, Beam, QDMS, and Ensemble. EBA is a workflow engine. It is designed to help you automate your business processes. We call it electronic business automation platform. And you can digitize any of your business processes, and you can work remotely with the help of EBA. Beam is an asset and maintenance management software. It also has facility management, drone management, fleet management, and energy management capabilities. It is also an Acumatica certified application, which is really complementary to Acumatica ERP. QDMS, as we have been talking about it, our quality management software, and I'll share more information about QDMS with you in a minute. Ensemble is our intelligent business process modeling and performance management software. In the model, you can see contract management application that is built on EBA platform. That is also an Acumatica certified application. And we have a new product called Synergy CSP. We are releasing it end of the first quarter. That is basically EBA's upgrade as a native cloud, low-code, no-code business process automation platform. And Synergy is coming up this quarter. On this slide, you can see how many projects we have deployed by the end of 2019. I need to update these figures because they are higher now. And it also shows more or less how many customers we have. When you look at QDMS, we have more than 1,000 corporate customers, and we have more than 1 million professional QDMS users using our system. So we are very specialized and experienced in quality management and quality management systems. Our systems are enterprise level and they are scalable. We have been offering our software products in enterprise market as well as in mid market. That is why there are many reputable organizations, institutions, and corporations put their trust in Bimser International and in Bimser International's software product range. That is why we have these reputable organizations as our references. We work with 3M, we work with Bridgestone, Nissan, we work with Ford, we work with Unilever, Henkel, United Nations, and many other reputable organizations and institutions, as some of them are listed on this slide. So when we talk about quality management, our scope is digital transformation. That's how we are handling it, how we are looking at it, and how we have been positioned in the marketplace. So our approach for digital transformation starts with defining digital transformation. Digital transformation is adopting an organization's strategy and structure to capture opportunities enabled by technology. In other words, you organize your organization, your company, in a way that you can benefit from the opportunities, benefit from what is coming new from the technology, basically in the marketplace. So you basically benefit from what is coming up next and what is coming up new in the marketplace thanks to technology. And there are benefits of adopting digital transformation. For example, you can be more proactive, you can be more productive and compliant, you can increase sales, you can increase customer satisfaction, you can reduce costs by utilizing technology and adopting digital transformation. In the scope of digital transformation, of course, we have been seeing many different companies trying to comply with different quality management systems, and that may be sometimes challenging for companies to comply with quality management systems. So what we have been seeing in the marketplace is basically sometimes it's difficult for companies to manage the documentation for quality management. Sometimes it is really time consuming for them to manage documentation and keeping records of their activities with regards to their quality management system. And there is a lack of repository as to manage documents, activities, and records at the company, because either they're on paper or they're on spreadsheet. And just like Alex mentioned earlier, yes, you can manage your quality management system on paper, but then what? How are you gonna retrieve them? How are you gonna analyze the data? How are you gonna make decisions based on evidence? Evidence is your records, basically. So there has been a big challenge for companies based on our observation in the marketplace. And sometimes companies lose sight of the standard of quality management system that they have in place. So while we are looking at the quality management from the digital transformation point of view, companies, different organizations, they've been having these challenges with regards to quality management. That is why we put together this framework. We call this digital transformation framework for quality management from Bimser International. So it has three parts. There is assurance, there is control, and there is predictive. So how you can be predictive in your quality management operation. So assurance refers to your quality management system. Could be ISO, could be AS9100, could be SQF or BIC, depends on your industry. So today we are focusing on ISO 9001. So ISO 9001 directs and dictates your quality assurance activities. Quality control is dictated by quality assurance principles, your quality management system in a sense. That may be your putting controls in your administrative operations, your purchasing, your marketing, or if you are for example, manufacturing organization, you need to put controls in your manufacturing operations before manufacturing, during manufacturing, after manufacturing. So you need to have certain control points. And predict refers to using IoT devices and smart sensors to be proactive. That is very important in this competitive marketplace. And having this framework in mind, and if you implement this framework digitally with the help of QDMS, we believe you can also adopt digital transformation, reduce operational costs, and also increase sales. So based on this framework, we actually created QDMS in 1998. QDMS is Bimser International's proprietary software system, and it has been in the market for many, many years, as I mentioned, since 1998. There are more than 1,000 corporations using QDMS, and there are more than 1 million professional QDMS users in the marketplace using QDMS on daily basis for various quality management and compliance management needs or requirements that they are following. QDMS is a user-friendly system, and once we train you how to use QDMS, you can use it yourself. There is no need for consultants or IT department support. It's pretty straightforward. It is a permission-based system, as my colleague Sam mentioned earlier, so not everyone can see everything. Once you set the permissions in place, then you can run your quality management, compliance management operations smoothly with no issue. And QDMS is also scalable. We have customers using QDMS with 10 users. We have customers using QDMS with 8,000 users, 9,000 users, 10,000 users. So QDMS holds up as an enterprise level system. It scales up for enterprise market, scales down for the mid-market. We have those capabilities in place thanks to our decades of experience in quality management digitally. And QDMS is an Acumatica certified solution to help Acumatica using companies complement Acumatica and to manage quality management operations digitally with the help of QDMS integrated with Acumatica ERP system. And when we look at QDMS and all of our systems, we have actually our systems, they have actually very modern architecture. So all of our systems, including QDMS, it is ready to communicate with other business software systems that you may have at your organization. QDMS is already integrated with Acumatica ERP, Acumatica certified solution, as listed in Acumatica's application marketplace. In addition, you may have a CRM system, manufacturing execution system, IoT devices, for example, like smart sensors, or you may have PLC devices and so on. We can integrate those software systems as well for you to pull and push data so that you will have an integrated management system. QDMS is modular. Earlier today, Sam, my colleague, demonstrated some of the modules. We have more than 30 modules available of QDMS. You can choose any module you like. Depends on your quality management system and depends on your ISO 9001 compliance requirement. Depends on the industry. So we have control document management, customer complaint module. We have training, calibration. Risk management module, Sam demonstrated earlier, is very important. Not only it is mandatory based on ISO 9001 requirements, it is also very important for companies to think about risks and uncertainty and take actions early on to be proactive, basically to address these risks and challenges before anything takes place. So it's basically a risk mitigation activity directed by ISO, which you can run it on QDMS digitally. And once we engage with any quality management team at any company, it is so easy for any quality management professional to see QDMS's benefit to manage quality management system and comply ISO digitally, remotely if necessary, just like Alex mentioned earlier, due to COVID-19. And not only you can run your quality management system digitally on QDMS, but also you can comply with ISO 9001 digitally with no need of paper. And when we engage, we ask 3 questions: what do you comply, how do you comply, and what is your challenge? What do you comply? You are complying with ISO 9001. How do you comply? You comply on paper. And what is your challenge? We have too much paperwork, it's difficult to receive information and make decision-based, record-based, and evidence-based decisions, for example. So that is what we address based on your challenges with the help of QDMS, and we offer you modules based on your challenges. So that flexibility that we have and our know-how and our experience in quality management system management and helping companies going digital for quality management system, these experiences deep roots basically thanks to our decades-old experience. So right now we make it available for Acumatica ERP ecosystem, so that Acumatica ERP users also can enjoy the benefits of QDMS while using Acumatica ERP software. Okay, great. So let's talk about some questions. We've been receiving some questions early on, so we can address some of them. For example, one of the questions that I received early on is about the integration of QDMS with Acumatica ERP system. How integrated is QDMS with Acumatica ERP? Well, as my colleague Sam actually demonstrated earlier, we have a foundation integration available, and that is actually what makes QDMS a certified Acumatica application. We have foundation integration, so all the master data from Acumatica ERP to QDMS goes automatically. All of your customers, customer information, vendor information, product items, as well as employees go into QDMS automatically and periodically. Also, if you have your quality management, quality control operations, we are also pulling purchase order information, item information, any information that needs to be pulled from the manufacturing part of Acumatica. So there are many different integration capabilities available. QDMS and Acumatica, they work very well together, integrated, and we just need to understand your priorities as to what fields of QDMS and Acumatica need to be talking to each other. We don't do integration just to do integration. The important thing is to understand your challenges, understand your expectations, and that is how we are linking both systems together. That is critical piece. Another question is about pricing. So we don't release any pricing during webinars. Please send me an email and we'll discuss about your quality management system and your expectations accordingly. There is a question about mobile application. Sam, do we have mobile application for QDMS? Maybe you can address that.
Oh, yes, we do. So we have the mobile application of QDMS for Android and iOS devices. So you can download it from the App Store or Google Play Store. So you can connect to your QDMS and you will see the same data set that you can see in your the handheld device, like your smartphone or tablet. Since the one of your mobile application and the one that you use from your web browser, they're going to and coming from the same database. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. So all the things that we show you early on during the demonstration performed by my colleague Sam, you can run it on your laptop, your tablet, as well as your mobile application. So make the mobile application makes things much easier. So let's talk about other questions that you have. One of the questions is, in what industries we can use QDMS for quality management operations? QDMS is vertical free. So we have more than 1,000 corporate customers, and they are coming from many different industries. Some of them are manufacturers, some of them are also service companies, and as well as some from service companies, distribution companies, healthcare, medical device, aerospace, defense, food and beverage, and many other industries. Chemical industry also is one of them. So simply, QDMS is vertical free, and you can use QDMS linked to your Acumatica ERP system or as a standalone solution in any industry, simply. Also, Alex, is there any limit as to where you can follow ISO 9001? Is it vertical free, or we can actually implement ISO 9001 based quality management system in any industry?
Well, absolutely. I think that just about any industry can implement ISO 9001. It could be a manufacturer, or like you mentioned, a service organization. I even had a customer one time. He was the sole owner of a machine shop, and he wanted to get ISO certified. And I asked him, well, why? You know, you were working by yourself. He says, well, because a lot of my potential customers are requiring ISO certification. So you can see you can have ISO certification organizations with only one individual working to thousands.
Thank you, Alex. You're right. Yeah, I was talking to a company before. Someone told me that ISO 9001 and quality management is a mindset. So that is actually very important to have it in place, and having that quality management and customer focus and continuous improvement focus mindset. I think that's critical. Okay, great. I think we addressed all the questions. Before we end our session, Alex, is there anything else that you'd like to share with us?
No, I just want to thank you and everybody for listening in. And I just want to, again, stress the importance of managing quality management system. And again, the very importance of having a good tool to do that, which certainly QDMS does provide all the capabilities for you to fully manage your ISO system and deal with all the data that you may have.
Thank you, Alex. Much appreciated. Thank you. So before we end our session, I have some announcements. For example, in March, we have a virtual summit coming up on March 16 and 17, powered by Zoom Communications. So we'll be talking about quality management, asset management, workflow management, digital transformation, some use cases. We're also inviting some of our customers on these 2 days, and you are invited to join our virtual summit. The registration is happening on Eventbrite. So if you visit our Eventbrite page, or if you visit our website, bimserint.com or bimserint.net, you'll have a chance to register for our coming virtual summit. You are invited. I hope you can join us. Also, we have a new announcement coming up. We have a new product, as I mentioned earlier, called Synergy Content Services Platform. That's basically our EBA electronic business automation platforms upgrade through cloud version of it. And we are releasing it end of this quarter, and we'll be talking more about it and introducing it during our virtual summit. We have a new website, bimserint.net. This is a newly designed website, and it is packed with information, videos, product use cases, and many other informative content. Also, something new that we also have an F marketplace. This marketplace is designed to help you access the Bimser International and Bimser International's partners applications built on EBA as well as built on Synergy platform. So you are welcome to join and visit our website when you have a chance. Our YouTube channel is very active. We have actually more than 200 videos available already. So you can visit our website and you can visit also our YouTube channel, and you can see our latest videos and subscribe. Please subscribe so that you'll be notified as when we have a new video available on our YouTube channel. And we release new videos on weekly basis. So I'm sure you'll find it to be informative and you'll enjoy it. Our Eventbrite page is designed to help you learn about what is coming in terms of our activities, events, such as our coming virtual summit. So please visit our Eventbrite page, see the list of our coming events, and register those that you are interested. You're invited to visit our Eventbrite page. Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening and tuning in. We are looking forward to seeing you at our coming executive webinar sessions. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.